Hey everyone, welcome back to 10 minutes English conversation practice with me. I'm sure you know what I do here. I take up general common topics, day-to-day conversation topics and speak about it so that it's easier for you to understand and speak with me, repeat after me or take that idea and start speaking on your own, right? So this will help you to get into the practice of speaking on daily conversation topics, right? So that tomorrow if you go out and you get similar topics, you will be able to speak in English with others as well. That is what the idea is. Just keeping yourself in practice of speaking English on different topics, which is very much used in conversation, right? Go watch my previous videos and you'll find out and you'll get to know what I'm talking about after watching this video, of course. Guys, today also I've taken a very common thing, a very common question, a very common topic which we usually talk about in our formal and informal settings. So both settings, we talk about it in informal settings also and in formal settings also. It's a very common question, very common thing which comes up in conversation and is very basic, and I'm sure you will love my video because it's very informative. On that note, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel, like and share my videos and press the notification icon and write your comments in the comment section as well. So let's start with today's topic. But before that, welcome back to my channel. I'm your communications coach and soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. Yes, that's true. If you take it seriously. Well guys, I think 10 minutes is not much of a time I'm asking for. It is for your benefit. Start speaking on these lines. I'm pretty sure you will pick up a lot of things. You will start picking up English as a language and you'll start picking up speaking good English very soon. So you'll become confident, you will become fluent in this way. So this is a very common and general question when we meet somebody. For example, we go for an interview or we meet new colleagues or new friends or new people, you know, in a formal setting or an informal setting, probably in offices, colleges or anywhere outside, or any person we meet at a wedding or party or for a date or anything. So we ask this question or we want to know about this, which is, tell me something about yourself. Right? Yes. So we very frequently get this question, whether it is a formal setting, whether it is an interview, whether it is an informal setting. We always are curious to know about others, and we always ask this question to start off the conversation, like, come on, tell me something about yourself. Right? So I'm going to tell you how you can answer this question in a formal setting and an informal setting. Okay, they both are very different how you answer this question. Okay, and I'll give you a structured format also, especially for formal settings, because you have to speak during an interview. Okay, or if you have to introduce yourself into your team or your manager or your colleagues or anybody else in the team or in college or anywhere else in a formal setting. So I'll give you a structure also, like how you can speak about it and what all you can include in that. And in informal settings, of course, I'll tell you how you can speak about it, and I will give you a format there as well. That's fine. Okay, so let's get started. So in formal settings, especially in interviews, we get this question very frequently, or we are bound to get this question. The first question the interviewer asks is, tell me something about yourself. Now, how do we answer this question? Now, in formal settings, people don't know you. Right? If you have joined your team, if you joined any new college, nobody knows you, right? So you have to start from basics. Okay, in the interview, the interviewer has your resume. He knows your name and probably some more things about you, right? But it's your responsibility to tell everything to the person so that they know who you are. Okay. So you can start with your name here. That's not bad. I mean, of course, it is written in the resume and people say that, you know, it's already written in the resume. You should not repeat that. But I would prefer saying, and I always say this, I introduce myself with my name first. Okay, so always introduce yourself with your name and start describing yourself a bit. Okay, like for example, I'll say, if I'm in an interview, I'll say, hi, my name is Ria. I'm a quick learner. I'm a very proactive and happy-go-lucky person. Okay, so you can start with, hi, I'm Ria. I'm a very proactive and a happy-go-lucky person, or I'm a very quick learner and I love to explore new things. I love learning new things, or I love learning and exploring new things. So you can just describe a bit about yourself with the name. 1 or 2 sentences you add with your name and that's it. Okay, so this is how you start off with. Coming to the next point is you can share your background, which is also important. Okay, you can say, I'm from Mumbai and I love that city. Probably because I was born there, but still I just love Mumbai. Okay, so you can say something about your city as well. Like, you know, anything which is famous in Mumbai, or anything which you like about Mumbai, you can just add that, okay, about your city. I'm just taking Mumbai as an example. So you can take any example, you can add something there. Why I'm saying all these things? Because it makes the conversation a little interesting and you will sound different also. Okay, to make yourself stand out of the crowd, you have to come up with all these creative ideas. Okay, so I'm from Mumbai. I love that city. Probably I was born there, that is why. But anyways, I love everything about Mumbai. Okay, so you can say that there. Then you can give your other background, like I'm from a family of 5. My dad is a businessman. My mom is a housewife. I have 2 brothers and I am the only sister. Okay, so you can just give that information, and probably you can give some of the information of brothers, like if one is studying, the other one is working as a software engineer or a business analyst, or anything for that matter, whatever you like or whatever your family background is. So you can just share that background with the person so that the person knows from where you are, what is your family background, where you come from and how you are. Okay, so he gets the complete package on understanding of yourself. So that is one thing. Coming to the next section, which is education and experience. Now, if you are fresher, of course you don't have any experience, right? So you can talk about your education first. You can start about with your recent degree and then go back. Okay, so you have done your MBA, probably the latest degree is your MBA, or the latest degree is engineering degree. Okay, so you can talk about that. So engineering degree, and then 10th and 12th you can talk about, and probably something about your schooling and education you can talk about. Just add a few 1 or 2 lines about, you know, where you got the education and how was your education like. Okay, so you can add 1 or 2 sentences about it. Okay, and then in experience, since you don't have any experience but you have done internships, right? We all do internships during our MBA or our graduation, which is like if we are taking any technical course like a BTech or BE degree, right? So you can talk about that, whatever internships or whatever, you know, small jobs, if you have done any. No job is small, guys. It's just that for small duration I'm talking about. If you have done something for a smaller duration or some duration, you can just speak about your experience on that as well. That's not a big deal. Okay, if you are a fresher. Okay, and then if you have done something, if your job was something different from what you are looking for right now, so you can justify that you know, I just wanted to get some exposure into the corporate culture or professional life. So that is why I thought of taking up a job. Or you can also say my family's financial situation was not good, so I wanted to support them. So that is why I have taken that job. Okay, so you can justify that. For example, I'll say I've done my master's from Pune and this was a prestigious institute. I have done my MBA from one of the prestigious institutes of Pune, and I had a great experience with the professors and my colleagues and friends. They were all very good and it was a great experience of my life. Okay, so you can say like this. And then when you are talking about your experience, of course you can say I have done my internship from Hyderabad from a logistics firm. I was assigned a basic preliminary task of checking the documents and preparing new documents for employees and keeping and checking all their documents. So these were the basic role which I was assigned during my internship. Later on I started using the soft, so that is my exposure during my internship. So you can talk about during your what exposure you got during your internship. Okay, highlight things which will help you to get this job. Okay, just highlight those points. So that is one thing. So you have spoken about your education, you have spoken about your internship and other experiences. And then coming to the next and very important section is you have to talk about yourself a bit more. Okay, so what you can talk about your hobbies here. Okay, I love playing basketball and I love traveling. These are the two things which I love doing and these are my hobbies. I have traveled a lot, but still I have to explore a lot more because India is big, the world is huge, so there are lots of other places which I still have to explore. So yes, this is all about me and I'm a big foodie as well. So you can talk about these things. You just have to keep in mind, you have to, show your personality there, what kind of person you are, right? So if you're traveling, if you're a foodie, if you love sports, probably it shows that you are a very active and, you are a very easygoing person. Okay, you will be able to adjust everywhere. So these are the personality traits which people look for, especially companies, right? The interviewers. So you have to talk about those things which are very, which shows you that you are an active person, you are a, open person and you are a very adjusting person. So try coming up with those qualities and those things and include that in your hobby and speak about it. So guys, this is how you can structure your formal interview answer. Apart from this, if you have to introduce yourself to your team or your manager or anybody in your office or in your college or any formal settings, so you can also try the same format. Okay, it's just that you don't have to include your background, where you are from. You can talk about your name and you can describe yourself a bit in 1 or 2 lines. Then you can straight away come to your education. Okay, the latest education which you have done, and you can tell 1 or 2 lines about your institute or your experience about that college or the college life. And then you can talk about your internship experience and then your hobbies. Okay, and that's it. You don't have to elaborate more on that. Okay, just 2-3 lines in each. So it will be a short introduction when you're introducing yourself to your team or your manager or anybody in a formal setting. Okay, so you have to just take care that you have to keep your introduction very short and simple. So 2 lines or 3 lines in each category you have to put. That's it. But while you are giving an interview, you have to elaborate a bit on everything so that the person sitting in front of you, the interviewer sitting in front of you, knows in and out about yourself, gets to know more and more about you. That's it. Okay, don't go overboard. Don't keep on giving your introduction for 10 minutes. Okay, it's not that. It's just that a little more elaborate things you can talk about in an interview. That's it. As I've already mentioned, right? I have given the example as well. So this is all about formal settings. Now coming to informal settings, like you're meeting a friend or friend of friend, or you've met somebody on Facebook or anywhere else, you went for a wedding, you went for an event, you went for any, thing, and you met somebody and you wanted to talk to that person, you wanted to be friends with that person, you got some connection, some friends of yours is the other person's friend or knows that person, so you got in touch with that person. So how do you introduce yourself to that person now? So that is an informal setting. Okay, so there also we usually want to know, right? So the conversation goes, hi, how are you? Another person will say, yes, I'm fine, thank you. Do you know Rajesh? And then maybe I'll say, oh yeah, I know. How do you know Rajesh? And she'll say, oh, he is my neighbor. And then we'll start talking. And the next question probably I'll ask is, oh wow, that's great. Come on, let's have a coffee and let's know each other a little bit more. Okay, which means let us know each other a bit more, which means tell me something about yourself. I'll also tell something about myself, right? Which is indirectly tell me something about yourself. Here you can always start describing your personality. Okay, you can just say, oh, I stay in this part of the city, and I'm a very cool person. I'm a very easygoing, and I love making friends. Okay, so you can start with this, and then you can say, you can give one or two instances there. Like during college days, I used to make a lot of friends. I still have a lot of friends which I'm in touch with from my school, college. So you can just go on saying like this, and then you can talk about your likes, dislikes, or hobbies, or what you're currently doing, probably your profession. So you can talk about, I love hanging out with my friends, I love shopping, and I have a lot of hobbies. Currently I'm working as an HR professional, or currently I'm working as a software engineer in this company, and I'm enjoying my job right now. I think I'm quite settled in here. It has been 2 years in this company, and I think I'm pretty much settled here. My colleagues are also very helpful. My manager is also great, so I don't have any complaints about it, and my life is going good. So you can talk about like this. Okay, so this is how you can talk about in informal settings. Here you have to focus on your personality more, what kind of a person you are, what your likes and dislikes are, what your hobbies are, what currently you are doing. And then you can ask the other person about the same. If you can tell me something about yourself, or if you can tell me something about you as well. Okay, so this is how the conversation starts. And then you can pick up any topic, and then you can talk at length with that person. So guys, I'm sure this was a very easy and interesting session for you, and this is very basic thing. Try coming up with a script, try coming up with your own introduction for a formal and an informal setting, and you will see the difference. You have to take care of these points. It is really going to benefit you a lot, because when you apply for a job, there are lots of people there, right? You have to stand out. Or during an informal conversation also, you have to stand out, guys. If you don't make the other person feel good or interested, then there's no use of introducing yourself to the other person, right? So don't just end the conversation, hi, how are you? Yes, I'm good, thank you. Don't end the conversation there. Start talking about something. Start getting to know other person as well in informal settings. And formal settings, of course, you have to introduce yourself in a better way so that people know who you are. So guys, take care of these points, and I'm sure you are going to excel. See you. Bye-bye.